In this tutorial, we'll learn about NumPy arrays, which are essential for working with pandas. NumPy arrays provide fast, efficient data storage and numerical operations, making them the foundation for many data science and machine learning tasks in Python. NumPy is a Python library used for data processing and fast, efficient array operations. It provides high-performance calculations and improves computational efficiency when working with numerical data. NumPy also works seamlessly with pandas and other data science libraries in Python. NumPy is a Python library used for data cleaning, data manipulation, machine learning, and mathematical computations. It provides powerful array operations and supports efficient numerical processing for data science applications. To get started with NumPy, you need a Python environment where you can write, practice, and analyze code interactively. Interactive notebooks are commonly used for practicing code, exploring data, and performing data analysis efficiently. First, import NumPy as NP to use its functions and perform efficient numerical operations in Python. To create an array in NumPy, use NP array 1, 2, 3, 4, and print it using printer, which outputs 1, 2, 3, 4. NumPy arrays are like super-powered Python lists designed for fast numerical operations. 2D array in NumPy is created using nested lists, where each inner list represents a row of data. When printed, it displays the values in a matrix format with rows and columns, such as 2 rows and 3 columns for the given example, showing the numbers arranged as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In NumPy, a special array called a zeros array is created using NP zeros 2, 3, which generates an array filled entirely with 0s arranged in 2 rows and 3 columns. When printed, it displays a matrix-like structure where every element is 0, showing that it is useful for initializing data before performing calculations. In NumPy, a ones array is created using NP ones 2, 3, which produces a 2 by 3 array filled entirely with 1s. When printed, it shows a matrix-style structure where all values are 1, making it useful for initializing arrays before performing mathematical operations or computations. The function nparrange1, 10, 2 generates a sequence of numbers starting from 1 up to, but not including 10, increasing by 2 each time. When printed, it produces an array of evenly spaced values such as 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, which is useful for creating numeric ranges with a specific step size. The type attribute is used to check the data type of elements stored in an array. When an array like 1, 2, 3 is created and its data type is printed, it shows that the elements are stored as integers. You can explicitly set the data type of an array using type equals float, which converts all elements into floating point numbers. When the array 1, 2, 3 is created this way and printed, it displays the values as 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, showing that they are stored as floats instead of integers. When you check the data type using type, it confirms that the array is of type float64 or a similar floating point type depending on the system. Array indexing allows you to access specific elements using their position. For the array 10, 20, 30, 40, the first element is accessed with index 0 and returns 10. The third element is accessed with index 2 and returns 30. And the last element is accessed using index -1, which returns 40. Accessing elements in a 2D array uses row and column indexing, where the first number represents the row and the second represents the column. For example, in the array 1, 2, 3, 4, selecting position 1, 0 returns the value in the second row and first column, which is 3. Slicing allows you to select a range of elements from an array using start and end positions. For the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the slice from index 1 to 4 starts at the second element and stops before the fifth element. As a result, it returns the values 2, 3, and 4 in a new array, which is useful for extracting subsets of data efficiently. Using AR2 means selecting elements from the array with the step of 2, starting from the beginning. For the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this returns every second element, resulting in 135, which is useful for skipping values and sampling data at regular intervals. The shape attribute is used to understand the structure or dimensions of an array. When you have a 2D array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it contains 2 rows and 3 columns. So, when you print array shape, it returns 2, 3, which clearly indicates that the array has 2 rows and 3 columns. This is very useful in data analysis because it helps you quickly understand how your data is organized before performing operations like reshaping, slicing, or applying mathematical functions. The reshape function is used to change the shape of an array without changing its actual data. When the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is reshaped into a 2 by 3 structure, it is reorganized into 2 rows and 3 columns. The printed result shows the numbers arranged as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which helps in structuring data for analysis and matrix operations. The copy method is used to create an independent copy of an array. In this example, a copy of 1, 2, 3 is stored in a new variable, and then the original array is modified by changing its first element to 99. When both arrays are printed, the original array shows the updated values 99, 2, 3, while the copied array remains unchanged as 1, 2, 3. This demonstrates that a copied array is separate in memory and does not reflect changes made to the original. The view method creates a new array that shares the same underlying data as the original array. In this case, a view of 1, 2, 3 is created, and then the original array is modified by changing its second element to 88. When both arrays are printed, the change is reflected in both because they point to the same data in memory, resulting in 188, 3 for both the original array and its view. This shows that unlike a copy, a view is linked to the original data. You can loop through an array to access each element one by one. For the array 1, 2, 3, the loop goes through each value in sequence and prints them individually on separate lines, resulting in 1, then 2, then 3 being displayed. You can loop through a 2D array using nested loops, where the outer loop goes through each row and the inner loop goes through each element inside that row. For the array 1, 2, 3, 4, the first row prints 1 and 2 one by one, and the second row prints 3 and 4 one by one, resulting in all elements being displayed individually on separate lines in order. The concatenate function is used to join 2 or more arrays into a single array. In this example, the arrays 1, 2, and 3, 4 are combined end-to-end, resulting in a new array that contains all the elements from both arrays in sequence. When printed, the output becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, showing that the values from the second array are appended after the first one. The stack function is used to stack arrays vertically, meaning one array is placed on top of another to form rows. When the arrays 1, 2, and 3, 4 are vertically stacked, the result is a 2D structure where the first row is 1, 2, and the second row is 3, 4. When printed, it appears as a matrix with 2 rows and 2 columns, showing the values arranged vertically instead of in a single line. The array split function is used to divide an array into multiple smaller arrays. For the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, splitting it into 3 parts results in 3 separate arrays, each containing a portion of the original data. When printed, the output shows the array divided as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, which is useful for breaking data into manageable chunks for processing or analysis. The where function is used to find the indices of elements that meet a certain condition. For the array 10, 20, 30, 20, using where equals 20 identifies the positions where the value is 20. When printed, it returns the indices 1, 3, showing that 20 appears in the second and fourth positions of the array. The sort function is used to rearrange the elements of an array in ascending order, making it easier to analyze or process the data. For the array 3, 1, 2, applying the sort operation reorganizes the numbers so that they appear from the smallest to the largest. As a result, the array becomes 1, 2, 3. This is particularly useful when you need ordered data for tasks like searching, ranking, or statistical analysis. and it allows you to work with arrays more efficiently in calculations and data processing. Filtering arrays allows you to extract only the elements that meet a specific criterion without changing the original array. For example, in the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, applying the condition AR2 selects all numbers greater than 2. The resulting filtered array 3, 4, 5 contains only the elements that satisfy this condition, which is useful for data analysis tasks such as isolating values of interest, performing calculations on subsets of data, or preparing data for further processing. This approach makes it easy to work efficiently with large datasets without needing loops or complex logic. You have successfully completed the NumPy array tutorial and learned how to create, access, and manipulate 1D and 2D arrays. You also practiced filtering, reshaping, combining, and analyzing arrays using functions like sort and where. These skills form a strong foundation for efficient data processing and make working with libraries like Pandas much easier.